And we welcome you back to this special edition of the Steve Malzberg Show. Obviously, I am not Steve Malzberg. I'm John Bachman here in Florida. Steve is nice and warm and safe in his house in New Jersey. Although, like a lot of folks, millions on the East Coast, he's been hit pretty hard by the storm. But he is able to join us, Skyping in, and we'll have Steve, and he'll join us for some of your comments coming up here just a few moments away. This is the number. This is how you can reach us if you want to call in and talk to us. We've had so many great comments coming in from our viewers at home. 561-369-0081. Again, 561-369-0081. That is a special number you can reach callers out there. We want to hear from you. We heard just a few moments ago, and if anybody tuned in, Steve, to Real Time with Bill Maher last Friday, it was interesting. Bill Maher, you say what you will about his political viewpoints. He does have some folks on his show sometime with the opposing Hollywood liberal opinion. But what I was really impressed with was the audience's response. When Howard Dean started piling on Chris Kyle, there was a lot of pushback from the audience. And that's happened over and over again. And the American movie-going public has spoken. $64 million in ticket sales this past weekend, an estimated $107 million the previous weekend at the box office. This is going to be perhaps the most profitable R-rated film of all time, and for good reason. We're going to get to our first caller right now. That's Joe, who is calling in from South Carolina. Joe wants to talk about Bo Bergdahl. So let's go ahead and get to your comment. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, he's been on the news so many times and all like that. And I was in the military and all that, but I always said, if you deserted your post and you left your post and all like that, the military would take action. And, it seemed like that to me personally, that from what I've heard on news lately, that Obama, he's really hiding behind Obama's skirt. And I'm going to tell you right now, if we ever need another president, we need to get that man out before he takes this country down the tube, because he's doing it in an awful big hurry.
Yeah. Well, there's only one way to get rid of the president right now, and that's impeachment. And I got to tell you, I'm sick and tired of hearing Republican after Republican after Republican complain about how this president is lawless, this president doesn't respect the Constitution, this president's breaking the law. And what are they doing about it? Nothing. They're giving him a blank check by approving his criminous budget and saying, here's whatever you want, Mr. President. So while they're saying he's breaking the law and he's trampling on the Constitution, they're supporting him 100%. So I don't know what's wrong with our leadership and our Republicans. Having said that, as far as what you talked about at the beginning, Bo Bergdahl, the fact of the matter is, if you read the New York Times and the stories and the letters he left to his, and his emails home to his parents, this man, in my opinion, from that evidence that I saw, is nothing but a deserter. And Obama knew he was nothing but a deserter. But he had a father who was sympathetic to the Taliban and sympathetic to that kind of cause. And that's why you saw what you saw, Obama releasing 5 terrorist thugs.
Well, Steve, there is something that Congress can do short of impeachment, and that is pull the purse strings tight on the congressional budget. And you mentioned this. They don't seem to be willing to do that. And again, it comes down to managing crisis after crisis, raising the debt ceiling once again. And I think there might be a different opinion of the American public right now in terms of holding the line on some of those spending issues to push back against the president. The power of the purse, it's the power that Congress has that not everybody seems to realize. We're going to get to our next caller, Clay C., who's calling in. Clay, go ahead. What's your comment?
Yes, there's all this talk about raising the capital gains tax.
Yeah.
And that's always been a disaster in the past. It says, why not just lump everything down into profits and income and just make a flat tax straight across the board? Everybody pays the same, because why should some groups pay 3% and other groups pay 40% when all groups should be paying the same percent?
Yeah, fair tax is a Steve Forbes idea, something else that a lot of conservatives fully back. Steve, what's your take?
Well, I mean, we need to reform the tax code. That's absolutely true. It will take a bunch of like-minded people. It will take a Republican Party controlling the White House, the House, and the Senate to ever get it done. Whether or not that'll even get it done, I don't know. But what we have is a president who demagogues loopholes for the rich. Loopholes, he calls them. They're deductions. They're legal. and they're deductions. Just like Obama paid a 19% tax rate or a 21% tax rate or a 17% tax rate over the years, he did that by using deductions or loopholes. But when the corporations use theirs, or people who own private jets use theirs, then they're evil. Obama also gifted his daughters the maximum amount in one particular year. His wife and himself each gave the maximum amount to each daughter. That's in the tax code.
Well, we know, Steve. We know, Steve. The president doesn't think this is a serious policy proposal. He wants to hold it up there so that Republicans fight against it, and that certain population is on his side as always. We got much more to come here. John Bachman, Steve Malzberg. We're taking your calls all hour long, talking about a wide range of topics. We'll be right back after this.